Hi diddly ho, Squirrelarinos, and welcome back to Beacon Pines. Let's get started right off the bat. I am super excited. Things got crazy last time. I can't wait to find out what happens next.
Chapter 4.
Oh, that's right. We left off when we're gonna have dinner with the Moods? Can you say it for me?
Dinner with the Moodwills.
Moodwills. That's what it was. So, let's get to meet Beck's parents. We never really got to meet them in the last playthrough. So now we get to meet these two lovely ladies.
Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them.
You know, Dawn mentioned that one of Beck's parents worked for the Valentines and the other one worked for Mr. Kerr. I wonder which one is which. My guess is that Ilona works for Mr. Kerr. But then again, she is pretty fancy, so I guess we'll find out.
She could do that.
Let's meet them. So, Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma. I call her Gran. Over on the other side of the river. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Beck? Manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Like, missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Well, we know from the last one that he likes pineapple, not anchovies. Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally we would have put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck has mentioned that it's your favorite. I'm sorry. Are we just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck! I'm sorry, Luca. This move has us all a little tired.
Luca wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So, Beck said that you moved here for work.
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
Darn it, Luca! Don't you remember? You were only supposed to eat, smile, and nod. You weren't supposed to ask about their work. Ow! I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We are here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. Ooh. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her the newest lead researcher of deep engineering. Oh no, that's not good. As we all know from one of the playthroughs, we know what happened to the last lead researcher of the deep engineering. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy I get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground.
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yes, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. You swore you didn't—
Beck slammed her fist into the table.
Oh no, we upset Beck.
Perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luca! How about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rollo soon. I have to tell him about that warehouse and how I almost got pulled into my death. You know, normal kid stuff.
Luca glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Ooh, setting up the atmosphere, I see. Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around here.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It was really good. See you at the festival, Beck. Ooh, what did she make a decision for? Wait up! I'll walk you home. Aw, such a great friend.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rollo could be prickly around new people.
Ah, that's true. I remember he said he didn't like the Grand because she was weird and new. But Beck seems like a really good friend.
But Beck seemed cool.
Yeah, that.
Rollo would warm up to her eventually.
Yeah, that'll be good for him. I believe in them.
Probably.
Probably. Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to... break? No, because it's supposed to be a storm coming, but then... Oh wait, I get to choose. Boy. Okay, so... I'm gonna pick break, because if the clouds break, that means that the storm's not coming, so then that means that Beck gets to meet Rollo, right? Because then they get to follow Luca? Oh, but I don't know how she'll respond. Like, if I put rumble, then, like, maybe she'll say, like, Luca will say, oh, no, it's getting bad. You can stay home. I'll go by myself. But then Beck might actually want to go with him because it actually is worse. But then for break, Luca might say, oh, no, it's clearing up. I can go by myself. So, oh, gosh. Would the clouds being rumbly make Beck follow Luca, or would the clouds breaking let Beck follow Luca? Well, they already said it's gonna rain, but oh, I'm gonna pick break. Here we go. What happens, happens.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
All right, I hope this means that Beck comes with Luca. Sure, you can meet Rollo. Yes, we got it! You're not going home? No, I promised Rollo I'd tell him about...
Luca stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promised you'll tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you've gotta tell me. Okay, you can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah! Well, I believe in her. Let's see, can I go back? No. Can I peek in the window? What are they doing? Are they still arguing? Okay. Here we go.
Luca saw Beck skulking by the gate.
Again with the gate? What are you looking at? So, you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners. It even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Let me in! Let me in! Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me! Oh wow, that actually worked. What did you do? First of all, I told you so! Second, hide! That's Harris Valentine. Who's she talking to? Shh! I expect you to return that suit in working order.
Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about.
The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it.
I couldn't agree more.
I wonder if that's Mr. Curran there.
There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat.
Now this is what I was talking about.
Beck's voice was an excited whisper.
You know what? Is that Gran? Because she said that they both had like an alliance that they didn't like and that they both had a common enemy. Getting interesting. Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh! You do understand that when all this inevitably fails, I will deny everything.
I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest.
I can't wait to see the look on that Rube Kerr's face.
Yes, the truth will come to light.
I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage.
If there's one thing I've learned in my many years of being Lucas Gran, is that change is a dangerous animal. Is that change is painful.
Wow, I was expecting shady. But that's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
Aha! I knew it! Family!
A chill ran down Luca's spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival.
I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
Ooh-hoo-hoo! I'm happy with how things are going. Things are getting interesting again. So glad I chose the clouds breaking.
Chapter 5.
Oh, that was a short chapter.
What big ears you have.
My, what big ears you have, Gran.
Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of the old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my Gran. That was your Gran? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out from there. Lead the way. Meet up with Rolo at the treehouse. So, things are getting real nuts. I like it.
The Valentine mansion loomed over every other building, both figuratively and literally.
Yep, we read that already. Let's go, Beck. We have a mystery to solve.
Ruka.
I can't do those voices. Wait a minute. Was this always here? That mushroom looks weird. Let's go the wrong way first. Always go the wrong way first. You see? What kind of voice did I give him?
For the last time, there's nothing to worry about.
Of course, we're not worried.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's.
Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
I have no idea what that means.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
Oh. If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it.
Absolutely! If you'll just sign here, acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash.
Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
Nobody likes these guys.
There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Mr. Nuncreed, what was that about? Hi, Mr. Nuncreed.
Luca, let me give you some advice. The next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give them a good hard bop and a kisser. Right in a kisser.
Yep, I will. Oh, Gran tells me to just keep away from the clipboards.
That's good, that's good. Your Gran is a smart lady, Luca. A fine smart lady. Speaking of which, you'd better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own.
I will, but first... Oh, library's closed. I hope the story doesn't change. Ooh, what are they talking about? Before we go talk to Rollo. Man, it's too dark to be reading outside. There's not even like a street light or anything. The answers you seek will be revealed to you in due time. The question is, the figure intoned, are you prepared to live with the truth? Okay, so, maybe the truth might not be worth knowing. I'd better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. Oh, well, at least I can talk to these two. Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed that all the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam. Why? I don't know. Just thought it a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, the customer's always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. I can't wait. Remember, I ship these two. Don't they make a good couple? Dawn is gone, probably looking for that big scoop. I like the name, by the way. Up at Dawn. That's cute. The diner should be open. Open 20... What kind of diner isn't open 24 hours a day? Oh, okay. Let's see. Will they let me go there? Oh, it will. Oh no! It's Mr. Kerr! And Mayor Valentine. I keep forgetting his first name. Wait a minute. The treehouse is this way. Let me go this way first. Down to the museum, even though there's probably nothing down there. Will it change if I look at this?
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the...
Okay, it's the same. What's out here? That wasn't here last time. Okay. Can I break it? You saw nothing. Did I miss anything here? I forgot the treehouse was before the town, so I'm gonna check if I missed anything. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I promise I'll go home in a bit. Yeah, let's go up. Anything up here? Oh, okay, fine. I didn't miss anything. Well, at least now for sure I didn't miss anything. Right? Hopefully. Let's keep going. Oh gosh, that's a long way. I wonder where Dawn is hiding. In the bushes, maybe? Okay, I don't like that Mr. Kerr is here.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely.
Couldn't have done it without you.
The mayor gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that.
Nonsense! That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions.
Yes, she has been indisposed of late.
She doesn't much like me, does she?
Oh no, that's not it at all. She's just been busy.
You know, with your monotone voice, I can never tell when you're lying. Of course. Regardless, I will be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum has a real air of import to the whole affair. And we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. Hey, that rhymes.
My father was a great man.
You're darn tootin' he was.
Kerr locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
Aren't we the best of pals? I would never betray you in the Valentines. No way! I'm not a bad guy. I'm just your friend. But I mean the entire Valentine family. Present company included.
Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr?
Call me William. We're best friends, aren't we? Ask away.
William, why are you doing all of this?
Gosh, I've never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. I love parties. You should have seen me in college. They called me the Party Hyena.
Not just a festival. All of this. There's gotta be 100 down on their luck towns out there. Why is the perennial... I almost had an emotion there. Why is the perennial harvest so invested in helping Beacon Pines?
You know what I love most about agricultural business? Seeds.
Seeds?
Yep, little bundles of potential.
With a glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special.
You see potential here? All I see is a worthless piece of...
Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge. Or about a couple hundred of those clipboards. That helps too. And the right leadership. Of course. By that I mean me.
Oh.
Good night, Mayor Valentine. I don't know what to think about him. He could be the bad guy, but he could be a red herring. I don't know what to think about him. But then he tried to kill Luca. Hey, Gus. Yeah, I think we got everything we need to see. Hear ye, hear ye. Go to sleep. It's late. Okay, let's go. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. So, what's your buddy Rolo like? Rolo? He's... Rolo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny, even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. It's about damn time you tell me what this foul harvest thingy is. It's kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used as fertilizers. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died. And something changed. And change is a dangerous... You know what? Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water, or air, or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine Fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year, the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why. Nope. I take it Rolo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than the others. Aw, poor guys. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. The Beacon Pines Reborn Initiative? Yep, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels, one town over for a week, while they decontaminated the groundwater. Seems suspicious. What would they do with an entire town for a week? We'd better get going. Oh, by the way, Beck, this is top secret. You cannot tell anybody about our mission control, okay? Sure thing.
What the? Who's that? Why would you spoil our secret, Luca? It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid?
Name's Beck. You must be Rollo.
I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control. You better not tell anybody or you'll never see the light of day. I know some people. You should meet my sister Roxy. She's tougher than any gal on earth.
Rollo waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we spared no expense in construction.
I've seen worse looking piles of junk.
Thanks. Hey Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about?
Yeah?
While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days.
What's going on in there? I didn't know we had an alarm. What is that for? He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. What? Oh, I can move now. What is this? I can't get up. Rollo, let me in! Rollo! Wait. Hit. Oh, shoot. Why am I such a bad athlete? Okay. Here. Darn it. Okay. Yeah! Darn! I'll get it eventually. This is harder than it looks. I'm just gonna stand right next to it. Oh, come on! Ooh, it moves. Yay! Where'd you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. I'm taking this with me. I'm gonna throw it on Rollo's face.
So, pretty sweet security, right?
It was imaginative, I'll give you that.
Luca, are you sure we can trust the new recruit?
I'll vouch for her. She's the best. Well, the second best. You're still my best friend, but she's the best girl. Except for Dawn. You know what? She's still the best. Thanks, I guess.
Oh, Luca, you promised to fill me in on the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
Here we go again. So, like I said, there was someone there.
What were they doing?
I don't know, but the place was lit up and active.
Maybe they were squatters.
I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running.
A man pulled you in?
Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman.
How did you get away?
I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran.
Dang. Why didn't you tell anyone? You should have told the authorities. Wait, do we even have authorities? What kind of town is this? Where are the police? How can we survive without authorities?
That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Era's Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Rollo let out a low whistle.
I don't know how to whistle, so I can't do that sound. You know what? YouTube, play that sound effect. And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup.
So, let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your gran in the same suit talking to Eris Valentine? Aliens!
Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kind of awesome.
Rollo and Luca shot back a look.
No offense.
And so we can logically conclude aliens or zombie aliens have infiltrated the town. And their leader is your gran, and she tried to murder you.
First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens.
That's what they want you to think.
Second, it couldn't have been my gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something.
But wait, couldn't she just get another mask?
Shh. Maybe.
Your gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide?
I don't know. We haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after, you know.
His mom went missing.
Did you know your gran before? Not really, no. It had been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way, but are we sure your gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up.
We could say the same thing about your family. Are you an alien? I bet you're an alien. But you're right. Luca, your gran is hiding something. And Pa always says, folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house.
If my gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed it by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. And we can start getting to the bottom of this.
I'm always game for a good snoop.
You can count me in. All right, let's see what Gran is up to.
Chapter 6. Secret Lair.
Oh ho ho!
Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows.
That's good. Always be prepared and trust no one. Fox Mulder.
Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
All right, day 3. What time is it? Same sweater. Here we go. Any other charms before we get going? I know. Hold your horses. Jeez. That better not be Rollo and Beck because I told them I would call them when the coast was clear. Let's see. I get it. Jeez, some people. So impatient. Who's there? What the? I told you guys I would tell you when the coast was clear. What are you doing here? Rollo, what on earth is that? Huh? That ridiculous thing on your head? Oh, this! It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear? Yep. Whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
I love Rollo. He's so funny. If I were Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Oh-ha! Hey,
He
I called it.
coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. I'm 10 steps ahead of you, Luca. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat! I may already be too late. She's already burned the evidence. Darn it! How are we gonna catch her now? Just to think the mounds of documents lost to ash! Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah, now that you mention it, there was this one closet that she mentioned that wasn't for rowdy boys like me. That closet upstairs! So, maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. Well, look who's the real detective now, eh, Rollo? No dice, it's locked. Well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes and this one weird flower. Who has ever thought, I'm going to take this important thing and hook it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Let me guess. My parents' room, but I don't really want to go in there. Actually, you know what? She always keeps her bed so tidy. Maybe she's hiding it under the bed or under the sheets. Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the
A
latch.
look of realization crept onto Luca's face.
Wait a minute.
All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Yep. If I've seen enough cartoons, I know where this is going. Everybody, hop on each other's shoulders. All we need now is a trench coat. All right, Rollo. This is your time to shine. Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Lucas scrambled up Rollo's back.
What the... Hey! Hey! This isn't my idea of detective work! Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing! Stop complaining and hold still. Got it! Wait, who said that? Rollo? Got it!
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss. But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey! Let me just yank this random teacup
Beck
and...
pulled on one of the teacups. It slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Okay. Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling.
Dude, only 2 types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds or Batman. And superheroes.
So, which one do we think she is? We're about to find out! Darn Gran always keeping secrets from me! This whole time we had a secret lair! I could have been playing in there! Not much of a secret lair. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe.
Oh, wow! Yeah, this cannot be good.
We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. Okay, let's see. Yep, nothing here.
What do we have here?
Barrels marked caution, explosive. Let's get out of here. And jam jars? That's enough jam to feed the whole town.
What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making?
Dude, that's our secret ingredient. Don't tell anybody. Ooh. She wouldn't have had me walking around town delivering bombs. Right?
Only one way to find out. Let's light him up.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Darn it, Rollo.
Huckleberries.
He smacked his lips.
And a hint of brown sugar. And ink?
What? How do you know what ink tastes like?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha!
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fratelli.
A grand jamgram?
It says, last night I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. What is Operation Sparkplug?
Oh man! Are they doing a heist?
Whatever it is, it can't be good. So, more of a bombshell than a bomb, am I right?
You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here.
Let's see. What is this? A punching bag? Oh yeah! Punch that! Is this where you get smack also? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get so pumped. I guess that's where you can get smack again. I already used it though. It only works sometimes. Oh wait. Okay.
A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town,
Yep, conspiracy.
interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy.
Is your gran a serial killer? I mean, what else could she be? Cause I'm starting to get a vibe.
Don't be ridiculous.
Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town out of the kindness of her heart.
She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My moms are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Harris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye.
The killer has chosen her next victim! It's Mr. Kerr! We have to save him!
We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter.
Walter. Was that his dad's
For a
name?
long moment, he just stared at it.
What do you got there?
It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Oh,
Well, are you gonna read it?
I...
Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
YouTube, you know what to do. How about you actually read some of it?
1 sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live.
Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of a preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means,
He
proceed.
stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terrence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. What is malaise? I have no idea. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
I have no idea who none of these
Rollo
people are.
looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy.
Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph?
That's Mr. Nuncreed's name.
Oh, really?
Wait,
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
there's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions.
It looks like he came back to this report later and made those notes.
So it might be related to something
Rollo
else.
scanned through several more pages.
Here! The writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows closely behind, exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough! I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends.
What? There has to be more!
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Please, there has to be more! I need to know what happened to my dad, please! Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit! Watch your language, Luca.
Luca slammed the drawer shut.
Dude, are you okay?
I'm gonna go kill them. Out of my way! Ooh, what's this?
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool! This looks like a treasure map.
Not every old map is a treasure map, Rollo.
Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Ha! Got you there.
Can't fault that logic.
Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow it...
Rollo carefully traced the path with his finger.
Oh, let's see. Left at the old pond and then... Wait a minute. It leads right to...
He jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square.
That's the fountain in the middle of town.
What a weird place to hide treasure.
Rollo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of that path on that map has the same symbol as those explosives over there.
So it's not hiding treasure. A real bummer.
Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month?
The festival. Gulp.
Did you just say gulp?
This feels like a gulp kind of situation.
Everyone will be gathered near the center of town.
She's gonna blow up the festival!
Not if we stop her. Uh-oh. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what?
No, I heard it too! That was the front door, dude! Which means someone just shut the door! Which means someone's upstairs!
Shh! Quiet! Hit the lights!
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark.
Be quiet, guys.
Don't worry, I won't talk.
Shut up already.
Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps.
Boom. Boom. There we go.
The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Hello?
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump,
Yoo-hoo!
thump,
I'm not here to hurt anyone.
thump.
I'm just here to help. Just...
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Huh. Guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly.
Darn it, Rollo.
Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rollo, don't.
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Ah, I'm gonna get you! Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Welp, I didn't know I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out.
Holy crap, Rollo, that was awesome! Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rollo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver!
Ruh-oh!
Jinkies!
Chapter 7.
We'll go one more chapter. I like where this is going.
The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
Ooh.
Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
They'd run the classic good cop, something cop interrogation. Good cop, chill cop. I guess that's our only option. They're kind of the same thing, but we'll see what happens. I wonder who's going to be who.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled is all. Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What is my grand up to? If you just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Luca, we've been over this. Trust no one. He could be an alien.
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Okay, Luca, I'll make you a deal. You let me out of these ropes, and I'll let you go out with my daughter. Oh boy, for real? Hey guys, we gotta let him out.
Luca,
I'm telling you, Luca, just let me out and she's all yours. Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. And you know, trust no one. A board with names of people from town? An archive of my dad's old disturbing patient
Luca
notes?
gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives? I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings.
I wouldn't have done that if I was him. He's weird, just like his daughter, only not as cute.
Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This'll all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
Rollo, jump him! You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought to...
Punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
light. Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep that down there. And let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck. I knew that was the wrong choice, but I didn't have any other
They
option.
heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
What? But I want to see what happens to them. This isn't the end of the story.
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement.
True.
Back to the drawing board.
Alright, fine. I know we're at the hour, but I want to keep going with this game. So we'll see what we're going to do next. Oh, weather? A beginner's guide to hostile interrogation. I love this art, by the way. These all have check marks. Tickle. Nah. I want smack. Is that my only option to change? Oh, rumble. Let's go back and put rumble. Once that path finishes, that'll be the end of this video. Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
Let's see if Beck would have followed him home with rumble. You sure we can make it home before the storm kicks off?
Luca surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should just stay here and I'll make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch a cold. I hope Rolo made it home safely. Luca, Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. Be my guest. And okay, I'm just kidding. What's
Luca
this?
squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
Ooh. This looks wild. What is it? Gum. Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm studying the structural integrity of gum with increased amounts of chewing. I had no idea she was that intellectual. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. Don't worry, Beck. I prefer weirdos over boring normies any day. What is this? Oh, wow! Rolo and I have a burrito just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you could get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks. Flowers.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Are you an actress? Ooh, pungent.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Jeez, I give you an inch and you take a mile. Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they were really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So, you moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Whoa. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. But didn't I look so cool? That's the squirrel pose. Squirrels do that all the time when they land. Well, at least you look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rolo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little, don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do? When you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own though, you gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe! Stop jerking me around! I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Oh boy, here we go. Ah! Every time something changes, everything gets worse! Screw this town! Whoa. Let me try. Oh gosh. Moving sucks! I hate it! I hate that I hate it! Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere?
Oh, God.
Ah!
Her voice
Oh,
dropped
God.
to a trembling whisper.
Whew. Here we go. I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. You can't hear it, but I have dogs and they're barking in the background from the yelling. Wow, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that. Me too. Me three. Whew. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rolo at the festival. Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in.
I have a feeling these guys are becoming closer friends than Rolo and Luca.
Chapter 5. Friendly Feud.
Alright, that does not sound good, but that's the end of our video. Whew, that's one way to end a video on a high note, screaming at the top of your lungs. We'll see if my neighbor says anything about all the yelling. So, yeah, looks like we're gonna have some problems with our friendship in the next chapter. And I really like this chapter, well, all this playthrough. A lot of stuff happened, the mysteries are increasing now that Gran is involved and Mr. Tolliver. So, I knew that one choice, the good cop, cool cop, was wrong, but I couldn't do anything about it. I only had one choice. So hopefully we get to fix that in some other future video. So until then, see you all next time.